Namaste to all. Today we are going to discuss the first chapter of the business organization. That is the fundamentals of the business. Generally, from the morning to the night, from dawn to dusk, we involve different activities. We go to shop, we purchase the grocery, or we go to fruit market and we purchase the fruits, or we bring the textbooks to our children, and so on. So these are all called as the human activities. These human activities are classified into two categories. One is economic activities, the other is non-economic activities. First, we shall discuss the economic activities. The economic activities are concerned to the production, exchange, and distribution of the goods and creation and rendering the services. So these economic activities are concerned to the goods and services, the goods which are produced, exchanged, and distributed, the activities which are related to the production, exchange, and distribution of the goods, and also regarding the services, they are creation of the services and the rendering of the services. So these economic activities can be related to our own use, for our self-use, for our family usage, to self-purpose, or these economic activities can be done for the others. So these can be sold to others for a profit. So if you see this chart, these economic activities, the business, trade, industry, banking, transportation, insurance, warehousing, advertising, etc. These business services are all considered as the economic activities. And if you see the professional, medical, legal, chartered accountants, these skilled personals, professionals create the services and they render the services to others. They render the services to others for some consideration. So this is also called as economic activity, as an economic activity. And employment. In this employment, there will be the relation, generally there is a relation between the employer and employee. So in this, any type of employee may be in this category: manager, foreman, clerk, salesperson, worker, etc. So they work for the consideration, for salary or wages. And economic activities, characteristics of the economic activities are: the economic activities produce the wealth. Each and every economic activity, as we have discussed earlier, are related for the production of the wealth of the nation. A small thing, a small activity must be created the wealth, must be produced the wealth, and the economic activities must satisfy the human needs. Otherwise, Otherwise, if it doesn't satisfy the needs of the people, it is not at all an activity, human activity. So the economic activities must satisfy the human needs. And the economic activities must be in monetary terms. They should be measured in terms of money. And these all economic activities we were discussed earlier should cause for the economic development of the nation. And if we see the other type of activities, human activities, that is non-economic activities. These non-economic activities are related to social activities, religious, psychological, and cultural. Behind these activities, there is no economic motive. And all these activities, which are social, religious, psychological, cultural, all these non-economic activities are meant for self-satisfaction, are meant for the pleasure of that person as well as the pleasure of the others. So this is a reciprocal aspect. Generally, if we see in our family, our father brings some grocery to our house, or our father brings some bananas. If a father brings some bananas to their children, in return, do the children give some amount to their father? No, not at all. Because for the sake of love on their children, affection, the family members render their services voluntarily without expecting any remuneration, honorarium, financial benefit from the others, that means from family members. So, in our family, the family members do their activities, that is non-economic activities for the family members without without any financial consideration. And if we see the social, if a social worker, generally social workers work for their own satisfaction. They work for others. They do service to others, but they don't expect anything from others in terms of money. And religious activities, generally we go to temples, we go to churches, we go to mosques for religious activities. We pray the God. We do our service at such kind of religious places. But we don't expect anything from others in terms of money. We do voluntarily. We do the service voluntarily. And even and at cultural events also, we don't expect any financial consideration. And if we wish to join any organization to do service psychologically, generally we join in it and we render the service, and at the same time we don't want anything. We have the intention psychologically to join in them, and uh, we don't want anything in return for our service. So these non-economic activities or non-economic motive activities. These are done, these are executed, these activities are executed for our self-satisfaction and for the pleasure of that person as well as the others. Already is discussed. Economic activities, already we have discussed earlier. Profession, employment, business. So this profession is a service of specialization. Already we have seen the services of the doctors, services of the lawyers, chartered accountants, all and like that, all other professionals. And employments render personal service for salary or for wages. And business, this is this is relevant. This is concerned to the production of goods and services to earn profit. In business, there must be profit. Otherwise, it is not called as the business. Now, what is business? Business is an economic activity which involves regular production and or exchange of goods and services with the main purpose of earning profits through the satisfaction of human wants. Yes, our business should satisfy the human wants, human needs, human necessities. Each and every business activity should satisfy the wants of the people. Yes, at the same time, the, the people who do the business should earn some profit. Nobody wants to do the business for loss. Business itself is intended to earn some profit. by satisfying the consumers. So as we have seen it as an economic activity, this involves regular production and or exchange of goods and services with the main purpose of earning profits. How do we earn the profits? We earn the profits by satisfying the wants of the consumers, needs of the consumers. That means this satisfies the human needs, human wants, human necessities. And it involves a regular production of the goods. If we produce only one watch, if we produce X produced one watch and sold that to some of his friends, one of his friends, and stopped his production. Is it a business? Only he produced one item and sold it. He discontinued for only for one with the only one item. So it's not the business. The business must be continued. It should produce the watches continuously, and the watches should be sold regular. So it is a regular activity, production, and also or exchange of goods and services. For example, one why purchased a computer in a wholesale shop, and that computer sold to Z for a profit of 20,000. He purchased some 1 lakh rupees and sold for 1 lakh 20,000. It's a high configured computer. 1 lakh 20,000. So that he earned 20,000 rupees by selling a computer to his friend. Why? Sold the computer to Z for 1 lakh 20,000 so that he earned 20,000 profit. So in this, there's an activity, exchange of goods. Yes, he exchanges a good. He purchases a good and exchanges a good. Yes, okay. And he earned the profit. How much? 20,000. Yes. And he sold that product to Z, and Z is satisfied with this computer. It's over. And he stopped his activity, again purchasing the computer and selling to others. He stopped that activity only with that one activity. Is it a business? No, not at all. He stopped for only one item. If he purchases regularly that computers or any other relevant accessories, and if he sells regularly, and if he continues business regularly, if he continues his activities regularly, it is called as business. So it should be a continuous process. The profit must be there. That should satisfy the human wants, and that should, these three main aspects must be in a business. Yes, we shall see familiar the meaning of business? Business involves production and exchange of goods. Yes, it involves production of goods and exchange of goods. Some people produce the goods, some other exchange the goods. Sometimes one person may produce the goods and as well as exchange of may perform the activity of exchange of goods. Second, its main aim is to earn profit. As we have seen just now, its main aim is to earn profit. It must satisfy human wants. Yes. If the business does not satisfy the human wants, it is not at all an activity, business activity. So these activities are organized and performed under the framework of an institution known as business organization, firm, enterprise. Where do we do all these activities? In an organization. These activities must be in an organized framework. These activities must be performed under the framework of an institution. That is the business organization or business concern or business entity or firm, enterprise, and so on. Yes, according to Bevo Wheeler, business is an institution organized and operated to provide goods and services to society under the incentive of private gain. Yes. As for the Beaver Wheeler, it's an institution organized and operated for what? To provide goods and services. To whom? To the society, to the people, to the customers, to the consumers, under the incentive of private gain. It is for incentives, for profits, for gains. These gains, where do they go? These gains goes to the proprietor, business people, businessmen. So, according to Bevo Wheeler, business is an institution organized and operated to provide goods and services to society for the incentive of private gain or under the incentive of private gain. Yes, business pervades all human activities directed towards earning profits or economic gains. Yes, it is. It is concentrated on profits and economic gains. So industry, trade, banking, transport, insurance, warehousing, advertising, etc. are integral part of modern business. These are all the aspects, these are all the parts which are concerned to the modern business. Industry where we produce the goods, trade where we sell, banking where We get the loans, transport where we move the goods from one place to another place, insurance where there is, which gives the security to the business people, warehousing, which provides the services to store their items, their goods and goods for the future sales, advertising. Yes, if we produce the goods and we have produced it very standardized manner with all specific, and we have stored in a godown warehouse, but there is no advertisement. Can anybody purchase it? Can anybody knows it? Only the people who are in the farm, only the people who produces them, only the only the people who produce them, only the employees who work in that institute, only they know their product. But what about the society? What about the consumers? They don't know. So advertising is a powerful weapon to make the goods to sell, to make awareness of the goods among the customers, consumers. So these all are industry, trade, banking, transport, insurance, warehousing, advertising, etc. These are the integral parts of modern business. Business refers to all those activities which are concerned with the production and or purchase and sale of goods or services with purpose of selling them at a profit. We have already seen. Now, characteristics of the business. Yes, we have to see it. Characteristics of the business is the most important thing. We have to discuss one by one. Yes, already these topics are covered earlier, even though we have to analyze once again economic activity. As we have seen, economic activities, human activities are divided into two categories. One is economic and the other is non-economic. Business comes under economic activity. So it is an economic activity. The second point is production or procurement. Production or procurement. Some people produce the goods. It's also the business. Or some people procure the goods, such kind of which are produced in industries. They are acquired for the purpose of sale by some other people or by one. So this is concerned to production as well as procurement of the goods. Dealing in goods and services. So business is not only concerned to the goods and also of the services. As we have seen earlier, only goods we have discussed, and also services also may come under the business. The services may be just now we have discussed the services of chartered accountant, doctor, the lawyer, etc. Satisfaction of consumer wants. This business should satisfy the consumers, the needs of the consumers, wants of the consumers. And regular dealings, yes, whether it may be a service or it may be the production of goods or it may be concerned to the supply of goods all these activities must be done continuously, again and again, again and again. They should be done regularly, executed regularly. And profit motive. Every business person, every person who wish to start the business must think for the profit. It's an element of his business. So, to satisfy the consumers in the form of goods and services, the business people want to earn some profit. So, business is a profit motive. Next one, uncertainty. Yes. A wants to start a business. He started a business to sell the goods online. In the beginning, he got before starting the business, he wants to earn profit, but there is no guarantee. There is no certainty. He try for profits, but due to uncertainty, some people, some business people get profits, some other may not, because of their efficiency, because of their maintenance, management, because of the human resources, and because of the environmental situations and other calamities. There's uncertainty. So everybody wants to get profit, but sometimes they may get losses. So the business is run in uncertainty and risk element. Yes, there is a risk in business. Yes, everybody, most of the people may get the profits, but sometimes they also get losses. So the business people must be ready to face the risk of losses. The most important one is the business must create the utility. It must create the benefit to the consumers. If the product is not concerned, if the product does not produce the utility, that does not give the benefit, if it doesn't have the uses, nobody wants to purchase that good, or nobody wants to get the services. If the service give the utility, benefit, use, everybody wants, the customers wants to get it. So the business must create the best utility to the consumer. Now, objectives of the business. Business objectives as the purpose or the reason for the existence of the business in the society. They are economic business objectives. One is economic objectives, social objectives, and human objectives. The economic objectives are earning of profit, creation of customers, If we don't create the customers, what happens? We don't get the business. So that our firm will may go into losses. So it must create the customers. That means, and the third one is innovation and effective utilization of resources. Next, social objectives are the business must have the social responsibility. That is better to produce the better quality of products. Fair trade practices. They do the trade in the fair manner. They don't cheat the customers, consumers, people. And generation of employment. It must generate employment. For example, if the business is started with 10 people, on some other day, it may the employees may go up to 100 or 200 or thousands. And it must give the community services, social responsibility, responsibility towards the society, and protection of employment. Yes, the business must give the protection to the employees. It must give the protection to the employees. And human objectives are good service and fair dealings. While doing the business, we should deal with the customers, consumers in a smooth manner, in an affectionate manner, in a friendly way. Otherwise, the other day they won't come to our farm. That is our objective, to treat them in the good manner. Treating employees as partners, yes, there is another one. As in the first point, we have seen the customers, consumers, but the second one, employees. We should consider them as a human being. We should respect them. The people who run the business should respect their employees. Development of employee skills. Yes, we should give the training to them to access the technological development, to habituate the developments, to habituate the machinery which is installed in our company or business, and it should provide the job satisfaction to the employees. So the business has three types of objectives. One is economic, second one is social, and the third one is human objectives. And the next topic, we shall see the next topic in next class. Okay, thank you.